Chapter 19, Pandemic Outbreak. Pave the way. Mythbusters. Tips to practice during infectious disease. Practice social distancing. Eat a healthy diet. Stay home. Wash your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Wear a mask when leave home. Avoid close contact with people and populated spaces. Do exercise and get adequate sleep. Let's begin. A pandemic is an epidemic that usually affects a large number of people, crossing international boundaries in a short span of time. A disease or condition is not a pandemic merely because it is widespread or kills many people. It must also be infectious. For instance, cancer is responsible for many deaths but is not considered a pandemic because the disease is not contagious. In 1918, India had faced the outbreak of an unusually deadly influenza pandemic as a part of the worldwide Spanish flu pandemic. It is believed that this pandemic had killed about 2 crore people in our country. In 2019, world has again faced a deadly pandemic called coronavirus disease or COVID-19. In this chapter, we will know about COVID-19 in detail. The novel coronavirus is widely believed to have started in the Wuhan seafood market, China, where live wild animals were being traded. Gene sequencing analysis strongly suggested that the virus originated in bats and was transferred to humans through a yet unidentified intermediary species. You must know, the World Health Organization, WHO, has decided to name the disease caused by the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, and refers to the virus that causes it as the COVID-19 virus. CO for coronavirus, VI for virus, D for disease, and 19 for the year the outbreak was first recognized late in 2019. Global pandemic. Coronavirus outbreaks in the world around March 2020. Until now, many countries have faced partial or full lockdown due to the same. COVID-19 was declared as a global pandemic by the World Health Organization. Consequences. Coronavirus disease has broken down the backbone of the infrastructure, whether it was a health infrastructure or an economy infrastructure, or we can say that during this global tragedy, it was not only the economy or the population that were affected, but also the healthcare professionals on the frontline warriors. Food starvation was also seen during that period as a major population of the world earn on the daily basis. That's why it became difficult to arrange the daily breads. Many government and private bodies were working day and night to help such people and fed their families. Only tool to fight. By working round the clock, the health experts round the world have developed a number of vaccines. Vaccine is the single tool that saved the people from this disease. It controlled the spread of this deadly virus effectively. The rise and impact of COVID-19 in India. India, which has the first largest population in the world, has suffered severely from COVID-19 disease. The first COVID-19 positive case in India was reported in the state of Kerala on January 30th, 2020. Subsequently, the number of cases drastically rose. Social distancing and lockdown rules were employed in India, which, however, had an additional impact on the economy, human living, and environment. Indian government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi took proactive steps to fight the deadly virus. Some of these steps are: it conducted heavy screenings and mandatorily quarantined incoming international travelers and also conclusively suspended all visas except for diplomats and employments till April 15, 2020. All cross-national borders were sealed and railway operations were suspended. Further, all schools, gyms, malls, clubs, hotels, community halls, etc. were shut. On March 24, 2020, the Prime Minister announced a complete 21-day lockdown. This act, thus, severely restricted the community spread of the virus. The Government of India launched the largest vaccination drive across the country, riding largely on 2 vaccines developed by Indian vaccine manufacturers. You must know, while Indians remained under the lockdown, essential workers were on their jobs. First came the doctors, nurses, ward boys, pathologists, pharmacists, and their ilk. As strict norms came to be implemented, the policemen came to the force. With the lockdown, they provided essential supplies like milk, vegetables, grocery, newspaper, and water from door to door. Precautions that have to be taken. The COVID pandemic may never be over. However, the public health threat of this virus should continue to decline. The need to learn lessons from this pandemic ahead of the inevitable next time is essential. History has shown us that infectious diseases have the capacity to evolve and emerge unpredictably. Some of the precautionary measures that should be strictly followed by all the citizens are: we should frequently clean our hands with an alcohol-based hand scrub or wash them with soap and water. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Cover your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect your surroundings on the daily basis. Maintain social distancing on crowded places. Must try. Prepare a bar graph showing cases in India with that of China.